My second case study that I did for this class was case study 15. It's about a couple, Mike and Judy, who from the States, and for years they did youth ministry and took students on mission trips and things like that. And one year they went over to Ukraine, Kiev, to do a ministry trip. And while there, they just were called to the Ukrainian people. And they partnered with another organization to go over and to begin to teach English to youth pastors and to be able to teach ministry in the Ukraine to Ukrainian youth pastors so that they could have youth pastors to go to all these villages to be able to spread the gospel to youth. And one of the cool things about their story is while they were there, they adopted a Ukrainian daughter, and they adopted a daughter who was already 10 or 11 or 12 years old. And so this young girl had an insight into the Ukrainian culture that Mike and Judy did not. And they actually learned from her. They allowed this girl, their now daughter, to be a facilitator for them, to be able to help them to understand culture. And so they planted churches. They were a part of a church plant there with locals. They trained up youth pastors. And how this speaks to this idea of facilitation was they were not the ones doing all of the work. They weren't just going in and saying, hey, I'm going to show you how to do it. They were learning from locals. They were learning about the local culture. Judy shares a story about how there's differences between the villages in the Ukraine and the cities in the Ukraine, and how poverty is a big deal. And so they were learning from the culture more than they were trying to teach the culture a Western mindset. And so that illustrates this idea of facilitation. And again, I think that's an improvement over the traditional pioneer model in the fact that the better we can learn context and culture whenever we're trying to bring home the gospel, people can understand it better if it's put into a context, into a package that they understand. And the more we understand their culture and become more of a facilitator of the gospel and not just somebody that says, hey, listen to me, I have all the answers, and we learn from the other culture, that is an improvement over the pioneer model. All right, y'all. Hope you're having a good day. Peace.